Bushido Blues told me about this film. This is his fault. This is his fault. Oh, we got to talk about it. Right now. Right now. Happy Friday. Kung Fu Friday, to be exact. Even though this is not exactly a Kung Fu movie per se, it's definitely Kung Fu adjacent and has many parts to it that are Kung Fu affiliated. So Bushido Blues told me about this. He sent me the trailer to this. Now I thought I was gonna have to wait until it comes out, but today I saw it was on Prime, and I was like, "Well, all right then. I guess I'll watch it right now." And I just spent the last 2 hours and 6 minutes doing that. We have to talk about this movie. Let's look at it. Twilight of the Warriors Walled In. 2024, rated R, 2 hours and 6 minutes. Excuse me. Directed by Cheang, written by Kenny A. or Ah, Tai Li Chan, Lee Jun. I don't know. Maybe I said those correctly. Starring Louis Koo, Sammo Hung, Richie Jin, and I'm sure many other names that you may recognize that I did not. Follows a troubled youth, Chan Lo Quan, as he accidentally enters the walled city, discovers the order amidst its chaos, and learns important life lessons along the way. Now, this movie came out in 2024, but if I understand things correctly, this movie was made in 2022, and it took them, I guess, this long to for post production. Let's talk about it. This movie, I thought this was just going to be a straight action movie. That's the way the trailer made it look. A triad movie where this guy ends up with the triad or whatnot, fighting his way through. And the fight scenes in the trailer looked phenomenal. And so I was like, okay, so that's what I sat down expecting, right? Not at all what I got, and not what you will get if you watch this movie, which you should. You should, 100%. It's in English. First things first, on Prime, it is in English. I didn't even bother to look if they had another version of it. The one that when I went to it, it's in English, so you don't have to read it. You can, but you don't have to. And what it boils down to is this person comes to Hong Kong by boat or ship, what have you, and he's not supposed to be there, not from there. And so he goes into an underground fight to try to make some money to get an ID card so that he's not illegal. Now, this is not in the present. The walled city that we're dealing with in this movie is a real thing, or it was a real thing. It was torn down by Hong Kong in 1993. It was there for quite a while, and it basically was a walled city that was held together on its own. The people in it ran it. So this is a fictionalized story with fact at the basis. So anyway, this guy, after he wins the fight, the boss, the triad, won't give him his money and shafts him. So he steals a bag that he thought was full of money and runs away and happens to run into the walled city while being chased by the bad guy's goons. Now, these goons can't go in the walled city because they're not allowed, because the walled city is ran by somebody else. another boss, if you will. So anyhow, when the guy finally gets away from him and opens the bag, it's full of drugs, not money. And he proceeds to try to sell the drugs in the walled city to get his money that he needs, right? He's not a drug dealer, but it is what it is. That's what he's got. Well, that's against the rules in the walled city. The boss in the walled city doesn't allow you to sell drugs, doesn't allow you to cause trouble. And this guy just has broken all the rules. And so that starts the hero's journey of this movie, and which the hero's arc, their journey in this is fantastic. And it's so huge, right? But this is not a simple story. And at no point was I like, they could cut some out of this. No, it is necessary. The 2 hours and 6 minutes is necessary for this story because there is more going on here than what you see. So throughout the movie, as the story progresses and it opens up and shows you more, lets you in on the secrets of what's actually going on with these people, there's a huge twist in the middle. And I never saw it coming at all. If I had my, like a wish for this movie at all, it's I would like to see a movie about Cyclone, who is the boss of the walled city, prior to this. He is the best character in this movie. And like I'm more interested in him, the character that he is, than the main character of the movie, to be honest. He's just it's so well done by this actor. It's Louis Koo. Or Co. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to ruin this movie and tell you what's really going on in the end or anything like that. This movie unfolds exactly like it's supposed to, and it is truly beautiful. The cinematography is good. The special effects are fantastic. The wire work is top tier. Wire work where you wouldn't expect there to be wire work. There is elements, the kung fu elements in this that just appear out of nowhere, and it just adds a layer to the story as it progresses. It's beautifully done. I didn't like some of the characters, but you're not supposed to. Some of them are bad, right? Like in the best way possible. Like when this gets to the climax, you don't know how the good guy's going to win or if he will. And there are 100% stakes in this movie. People die throughout this movie that are part of the story that you're watching and you're all involved. Like you don't know you don't know what character is going to be alive at the end and who's not. And that's awesome because it truly gives you the weight of what the story's telling you. Now, I haven't gone into any more detail or any more research about this, but evidently this is based in some form on a book. And as I said, the walled city is a real thing. It's fact, and it was demolished in 1993. The city of Hong Kong tore it down. And when you watch this movie, you will see it is not like a safe place. And I don't mean because of the people there. I mean, the structures are falling apart, right? It's like if you just stacked a bunch of stuff on top of each other, right? So, I mean, it's obvious that that's going to happen. Uh, there's so much detail in this, and the acting is so great. I will buy a physical media copy of this as soon as I would watch this again tomorrow. It has rewatchability. It's 1,000% entertainment value here. Beautifully done, beautifully shot, well done. You feel like you are a part of the walled city and in it. It feels very claustrophobic at times because of the way the walled city is made. I need some special features showing me how they did this, how they shot this. It is so realistic. And I believe that may be why it took a couple years for post production, because it's obvious that there's a lot of uh, computer or visual effects in this, because you obviously it doesn't exist anymore. But you believe you're there. It feels real. So there you go. That's today's video. You need to watch this right now. It's on Prime. If you're a Prime member, look it up. Twilight of the Warriors, Walled In. You will not regret it, especially if you like kung fu, if you like good action movies like fighting action and kung fu style. There's swords, knives, machetes, guns. It's all here, my friends, and a barber. All right, have a great weekend. We will be back on Monday. For Michael, the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair in the back, and this big fat nerd. We'll see you then.